Howdy, it's Jim Morado, and this is late June 2024. We're in New Madrid, Missouri. This town has been big on my list for decades now. It's one of those towns you just kind of miss. If you're going somewhere else that's not exactly on your way anywhere else, you've got to want to go to New Madrid to get there. It is a small town of, I believe, under I don't know, a few thousand people. We really didn't see a whole lot of people as we drove through. However, they do have a very cool little museum dedicated to the New Madrid earthquakes, 1811, 1812 primarily. And that little museum also has some history on the Civil War. Very, very cool museum. And we stopped there. A really enthusiastic fellow running the place who was great to talk to. We enjoyed our stop at the museum. I'll put up another video about that museum. Gonna put up a couple of other videos too, just about this area and its history in general. It is right across the Mississippi River from the Kentucky Bend. The Kentucky Bend created, I think, pretty much by those earthquakes. And it's it's the southwesternmost part of Kentucky. I tell people, if you look at a map, a very big map of Kentucky, you'll see like almost a little broken off piece of Kentucky. And you have to dip down into Tennessee and then drive back up in to that area to get to the Kentucky Bend. And it's forever linked to New Madrid, Missouri. And we wanted to come and just visit this place because it's such an odd little historic piece of dirt, piece of land, and it's just been on my list for a while. We stayed in Union City, Tennessee, and then we came over. We drove up to Hickman, and we caught the ferry over, and then drove a little bit further, and we got to New Madrid. And yeah, again, we stopped at the museum. We went over and we looked out at the park and looked at the river. We looked in the area where I believe Island Number 10 used to be. Famous Civil War battle happened there. And we just enjoyed being here. Of course, lots of other strange history has happened in this area. Pretty much you've got southern Illinois, this part of Missouri, western Kentucky, western Tennessee, all kind of meeting, and just a lot of stuff, especially when you get rivers involved. Especially during the Civil War, you're going to have just a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, so there's historic markers. There's lots of places to go where history happened, and yeah, we just enjoyed driving through this area. Also, it's very sparsely populated. It's very rural. If you like driving on roads out in the country, if you like avoiding roads with lots of traffic, this is a nice area to visit. This is a nice area for a history buff just to come and roam around. New Madrid, though, again, small area. Not a whole lot going on here other than that museum I mentioned. If you're from New Madrid, or if you're there often, if you're from that neck of the woods, let me know what else there is to do in that area. Just curious. At the museum that we were at, they did have a brochure with the driving tour relating to the Civil War. Definitely want to get back and do that driving tour. A lot of the places could be seen fairly close to the museum, but there were a couple that were kind of out of the way too. But yeah, definitely want to get back here, and I think this is a really underrated section of America. Anyway, let me know what you think if you've been out here. Tell me what you think of New Madrid, Missouri.